report either.
Yeah, I'm looking at CNBC and like the S&P 500 is green as hell. Nasdaq is green as hell. US30 is like red. Or the companies inside. Sorry, that makes more sense. The companies inside, like Nasdaq, like Apple's down 0.33%, but Microsoft is up 1.36, Amazon's up 1.44, Nvidia's up 1.78, and Meta's up 1.11.
Oh no.
So I'm like, shit should be flying up.
We had 3 bond auctions today. Let's see, we got 30, we got 10, and we got the 3. So let's see how much moolahs. 49 billion, 36 billion, 20 billion. 49, 36, 20.
Like almost 100.
Yeah, 105, 107. So the market should move, but I don't expect a ton of volatility. I expect a ton of volatility if we get above 150, but 105, I think that's still good grounds for a move, but it does, I feel like, make things a little bit tougher. It tends to drag out.
Yeah, Tyler. We also have it's quad witching today as well.
It's a what?
Quad witching. That's all the options expiry dates. It's today.
You a
So
bad.
that's why I'm being real careful today because I'm expecting that they're going to mess around and try to drain people's contracts out.
Yeah, yeah. Where the expiry's at? Where's Malcolm? Cam, you're a smart motherfucker, man.
I appreciate it.
I remember I used to post about the options expiring, but how'd you start learning about it?
Well, when I was doing options way back,
Okay.
before I got into futures,
Yeah,
but because I mean, obviously there's options expiries every day and every week,
right.
but it's the December, I believe the December futures contract expires today. A bunch of the longer term regular options expire today and something else. There's like 4 different main categories. That's why they call it like quad witching.
Yeah, it says the
Um,
options stop trading today and expire tomorrow, so it's essentially today.
yeah.
So Cam, how do you kind of leverage that material, I guess?
Um,
What's that tell you?
it just tells me to be careful. Don't,
Okay.
and I try not to be too married to an idea,
Yeah, but
because
Okay.
like
a second ago too, you know that they're likely to reach.
you're right.
Gotcha.
And like one thing I've noticed on OPEX days is because with like regular options contracts, they have time decay.
Yeah.
So the further away they spend from the money, the faster they decay to zero.
Hmm.
So I notice a lot of times, like, I don't know, let's see you trading QQQ, but obviously they're sympathetic with like ES and NQ and all these markets. They'll push it
Hmm.
away from a particular price and let the contract decay to almost worthless and then close it there at the end of the day.
Oh, okay.
They just do weird stuff. Like,
Hmm.
you just got to be like a little bit careful.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
So usually kind of like spurts of volatility here and there.
Yeah, and like just like weird things you might not expect. I don't think we'll see it
Yeah.
now, but I think in the afternoon we'll
Gotcha.
probably see it a lot more. But I mean, who knows? The market will do whatever it wants.
Gotcha.
Through them. Man, but me and Malcolm did it one time where we sat down on like a 4-hour chart and we only marked out the monthly expirations
Yeah.
or when the option stopped trading and then expired. We'd mark out those days. And those days were more or most likely, I will say, Now that I'm thinking back on it, those days were most likely to have reversals. So let's go look at the
Yeah.
previous one. The previous one was November 17th. So November 17th, right here. So I'm just going to mark out the whole 17th. So it's right before the weekend. I guess this one was heavy continuation. But right there was the last one. Let me delete that. That one looks like just a fat continuation. Before that was October 20th. Oh yeah, that one ended up leading to a heavy reversal. But as far as the 20th itself, it was a continuation. But soon it continued down below that low, right at the options expiration, and then turned. Let's look at September was the 15th.
Let's go. Shit is going up now.
Look at this.
Oh shit, let's go.
Uh-oh, what's happening? Oh my God, we made $1 million.
Mentorship's canceled.
Yeah. Got what you did.
Oh wow, come on.
Oh my God, bro, I should have gotten the NASDAQ. I'm an idiot. It's literally the silver bullet. No, it wasn't that clean. What did we got there? But it was clean still. Or did you hold your S&P?
Yeah, bro, I'm still holding it. I was down 2,000. I'm up 1,000.
Hey man, name of the game.
Right.
I'm considering like I really want to just close and just secure my profit, but
It's Friday, bro. How you doing for the week? You doing all right?
yeah, I'm up like 4K.
Oh, then yeah, man, go
Right.
have yourself a good fucking weekend.
I wanted to just go right to target, but it's bouncing around like entry. I was just up like 1,000. I'm up like 450, 560. Like it's just bouncing around now.
Nah, then just hold it, man. I don't know. NASDAQ hit our target.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm looking at ES right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it still has room to go up, but kind of BSing right now.
Yeah, I mean those previous day highs, they look juicy right now.
Oh shit, here we go. Let me go look at the daily.
That's what I'm looking at too. The previous day high on NAS.
So good.
Yeah, the previous day and the weekly high, they're like so close to each other. They're almost like relative equal highs.
Let me see where ES's previous day high is. Oh, well, first target just hit. Stop loss is now at entry. Oh damn. Yeah, that previous day high is easily achievable.
On which one, Artie?
S&P.
Oh, okay. I'm still in my US30 trade, just 2 lots, but
Yeah, I like S&P when I'm trading futures because it's like more money for, I guess one contract's like 12.50 a move.
oh yeah, okay.
US30 is only like $5.
Okay.
So I think I went like 10 contracts on here.
Cool.
Everyone should be up fat. on this silver bullet right here. I wouldn't say fat, I guess.
Yeah,
Everyone's
that's the one I took, Tyler. Just two left.
skinny right now.
Skinny.
Yeah, I'm up skinny as fuck right now, boy. I'm up 1-to-1.
So, Tyler, you know what I was thinking? I wonder, um, because how all these trades settle T+2 and like how DTC, works and actually settles all the trades and everything, and how it could potentially affect, prices at certain points in time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what I ran at JP Morgan, their prime brokerage middle office. And I'm wondering, like, I had specialists that worked with like DTC, Euroclear,
Yeah.
all those exchanges. I wonder, like, if we came up with a list of questions, knowing your experience there, that I could go back and ask some of my friends, hey, how's this work? If that would help.
Yeah, I think the biggest questions that I would ask them would be more about like, like the mechanics of it, because
Okay.
a lot of my understanding of the mechanics are based on assumptions and then kind of what other people have told me and just researching other things. Now,
Yeah.
for example, someone like the CLS and the DTCC, like, dude, they're moving. Like, you've seen the numbers, I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
You haven't?
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. I had a couple guys at Wells Fargo, and they were dealing with basically the corporate accounts. And
Mhm.
so these corporate accounts, they don't, it's like you're keeping the same amount of money, but they're trading Forex.
Yeah.
These large corporate companies, but they're not doing it in the way that we're doing it. The way that we're doing it is more like trading like paper Forex,
Yeah.
right? Like they're trading risk. Like they're trading actual currencies from one account to another, which has an effect on the real supply and demand of the market. So the
Okay.
biggest thing
Yeah.
I would want to know is like how much volume are they? I would want to know more like what I would ask a market maker, like, because a market maker, their job is to, if everyone doesn't know, the market makers are most active at the highs and lows.
Okay.
Right. And the reason they can be most active at the highs and lows is because they have an understanding of the DTCC, right, and CLS. What's their function? Their function is to bring swift and as fast and as least expensive of a transaction as they can find.
Yep.
Right. That's the whole point of the system.
Yeah.
But there's parameters to that, right? Like I said the other day, if I need to move, 57 million of euros into dollars, it's
Mhm.
not like they snap their fingers and then boom, all of a sudden the money's like all gone at once. They have to do them in chunks because the market literally is regulated. It can only move a certain amount unless you have um like a 9/11 type thing happen where everyone's just trying to dump it right now. Even then, they're they can just turn the market off, but that's their goal, right? Like, as an example, it'd be like, okay, we don't want to see the market move more than 200 pips from the open on any given day,
Mhm.
right? And so it's like, okay, well, what are those thresholds, and where do you monitor um, the actual reserves and supplies, which I don't think you can. I think they're more like dark pools. Like, for example, I just saw some random YouTube short where it was talking about some guy, and oh, someone sent it to me on Discord. He was
Yeah.
asking if this is real, and the guy was talking bad on technical analysis, but he was talking about an oil trader who basically would look at real short tanks and basically had a satellite that would gauge whether the short tank was full of oil or empty of oil. That way he
Mhm.
could gauge the real supply and demand.
Yeah.
Right. So if all of the short tanks were only a quarter full, because the lids like they move up and down based on how much chemicals in there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if it was below what they assumed to be halfway, they started buying oil because they knew these big companies would load up. Like, remember the other day I told you my family's in that business.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
these empty short tanks, that's their short tanks.
Yeah.
Remember, I was telling you what's their normal schedule. Well, their normal schedule is that they're going to buy most of the year, and then around this time of year they're going to offload.
Yeah.
Okay, so what does that mean they're going to do in April, May, June, and July?
Yeah.
They're going to buy it all up again. Now, based on the levels that they're at, say that because like think about this for example. Remember, I was showing you the prices. What if prices don't rally like they want them to, and they can't get out with money?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they'd rather pay that fee, just keep the oil sitting there, and then sell it when the market comes back.
Yeah.
Well, if you're that oil investor, you can look at scenarios like that and go, okay, they usually sell all this oil in December. They're not selling it. So what does that mean? They're holding. Well, if they're holding, then most people are holding. And if most people are holding, what's that going to do to the price? It's going to make it more scarce because most people are holding it. They don't want to sell it. It's going to go up. So you can start buying it now. Then when it goes up, you can offload it when in your April, May, June, and July months when your commercials are buying again.
Yeah.
So I would want to ask them like, okay, how do we take that scenario and replicate it in the Forex market, which I think Forex is probably a little bit too it's constantly moving, right? Like I was saying with oil is very seasonal, which Forex is seasonal too, and there's real seasonal tendencies, but there's just a lot, like the amount that is moving and the amount of different currencies is very vast and complex because you might be thinking about just euros and dollars, but meanwhile you're not thinking the price of the pound directly affects euro, which could directly affect dollar. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah.
oil or even like futures, even if you're just doing like a NASDAQ or US30, like at least you have a more consolidated view of everything, I guess would be a good way to put it. But that's a good ass question, man. And that's a good idea too.
Yeah, like yeah, maybe yeah. Let's maybe spend a little bit more time because I have those contacts. I don't know, and I have good relationships, but I don't know how willing they'll be. Once they'll ask, "What are you doing?" I'm trading. Now I got a bunch of questions for you. I don't know.
You just say, hey man, I have some questions.
Yeah, yeah,
Would you answer them for this much? Money talks.
yeah, and like. I mean, I remember, well, so I ran prime brokerage is more your equities, fixed income, swaps, and like those equities, they all go into an omnibus account. Like, so it's actually everything's like consolidated, and then like if JP Morgan then ran out, we'd have to go like borrow stock or grab from our own inventory to settle a deal. But
Yeah. Nice, brother.
But hey, no more back in the old days, they have to have a runner running stocks across the city, stock certificates, putting them in different vaults.
For real, man. It was me and my dad were talking about this the other night. Shit, it's coming back toward us. But man, one of the biggest industries right now is basically like hacking, and
Mm.
it's being done by the cartels
What
because
is?
hacking, like hacking banks and bank
Oh yeah, yeah.
information. It's right now it's making more money than the drug trade.
Jeez,
And
that, I believe it.
because this one guy was talking about he sells strictly basically bank software. It's like anti whatever software to keep those people off.
Yeah.
And he was saying it's so lucrative because the banks right now they literally don't have a choice because the hackers have gotten so much better than like they roll out with a new protective software, right? Hackers break it in 3 months. Now,
No.
right? Like it's kind of like Walmart. Like, they're not open at night anymore
Mm.
because people started organizing. Like there were literally organized crime groups that were going to Walmart and stealing. That's it. Like,
Yeah.
like that was their job. They did it, 7 days a week. They'd go to Walmart at night, go to where no one's at. And that's the point where it starts becoming real dangerous. So right now, man, if it's more lucrative than the drug trade, imagine what the banks are thinking. They're freaking out,
Yeah.
But this
Yeah.
one guy was like, okay, so you have two choices. We have the new software. You can either pay us 30 million, for it, or you're going to pay another 40, 50 million over the course of the year to these people that have your private information.
Yeah.
So it's a no-brainer for the banks. They basically don't have a choice.
Yeah.
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 The only other option that they could have is do what Walmart did and shut down those times that they're taking it. But a bank, you can't really just close.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. If you think about that and you think about the big picture and you think about, okay, how do we get money more safe? It's a tough question, but you could see how banks could dissolve very quickly.
Yeah. Yeah. And
He said the biggest threat is say that you want to start a drug empire, right? There are real logistical issues to that. Like you need hundreds of people, thousands of people that are not only going to do what you need them to do, but they're going to do it and be quiet about it and risk their life. Right. There's real logistical issues. So it takes a long time. If I know it's like kind of weird to say, but as a hypothetical, say me and you started a cartel, right? It would take a shit ton of work and years and years of work, right? But these online shops that are these hacking shops that the cartel is running, they can literally go from an idea in the morning to funding by lunch to executing and having information and a payout from a bank that evening. And so there's not a lot of setup that goes into it. They just have to hire the best people. And if you're the cartel, you already have money. So it's easy for them to go, hey, if we give you guys 3 million, can you hack this thing and get us 10? And they say, yeah, we could probably do that. It's going to take 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's pretty crazy, man.
Yeah.
I need to get into that.
What's that?
I said I need to get into that.
Yeah, no, man, because if you do, you better move to another country because they're gonna find you.
They'll find me.
Oh yeah, and man, that's the thing too, is like they probably know exactly who's doing it and where it's coming from.
Yeah.
But then they go approach that government, and that government's like, "You're not coming to do shit unless you're paying us." Look, man, I'm not supposed to talk about this.